Good morning. Are you Brianna Jones? And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
She will, Your Honor.
Ms. Jones, in cause number 25, DCCR 1909, you're charged with a third-degree felony offense of obstruction or retaliation from November 16th of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Rojas?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 5-year deferred probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Jones is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you and your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. Mr. Smith, what's the state's position with regard to reduction of bond based on the plea?
No, I'm opposed, Judge.
So, Ms. Jones, what I'm going to do, based on the nature of your plea, is reduce your bond to $1,000. I'm going to make that a personal bond, which means you're not going to have to pay any money. You're just going to get released today. But there's some very important things about that, okay? First is that the very first thing you do is go straight to the probation department so they can start that process to do that report for me. If you don't do that and you don't make that appointment and then follow through with it, you run the risk of me not accepting this plea agreement. Things could be much worse. Do you understand? Second is, if you are arrested for anything between now and when you come back for sentencing, obviously things could be much worse. You understand? And then the last thing is that you're not required to pay any money, but if you don't show up for court, then they can go after you for that $1,000. And obviously, if you don't show up, I won't go along with this plea agreement. Okay. All right. We'll see you back at sentencing. You'll get some paperwork today from probation. It'll tell you where to go and everything. So make sure you do that when you get out.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. What's that?
Judge, my objection didn't change.
Okay. Mr. Macon, you have Calvin Hawkins.
Yes, Your Honor. It's a motion to drop.
Is that this?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I believe he's set on the trial docket.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm wonderful.
What,
Hold on, I'm looking, Judge.
how soon, I guess? Good morning. Are you Calvin Hawkins?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Hawkins, in cause number 24, DCCR 1160, you're charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. You've hired Mr. Macon, and Mr. Macon has filed a motion to withdraw as your attorney. Do you intend to hire another attorney?
No, I'm indigent. I need a court appointment.
Okay.
I had wrote you and him a letter stating that I was firing for misconduct and misrepresentation.
I got your letter, and I'll allow him to, Mr. Macon, I'll grant your motion to to withdraw.
Thank you.
And so what we'll do, Mr. Hawkins, is we will appoint someone to represent you. It's important that you understand, it is very likely that the information they're going to relay to you is going to be very similar or the same as to what Mr. Macon has. Mr. Coleman will remain as the attorney for the state, and so whatever offer is, it is, whatever evidence there is, there is. None of that's going to change when you get a new attorney. I just want to make sure you understand, we're not going to go through attorneys. I've already allowed him to withdraw. I'm going to get you a new one, but you need to pay attention, listen, go through the evidence and discovery with that attorney. Hold on. And then we'll see where we want to get with your case, and we'll set it for an announcement, okay? But we'll get somebody appointed today. They should be out to see you very soon, okay?
I wasn't getting anything.
That's okay. I got it. It's done.
And that wasn't a rejection, Judge, so it's not on the
Okay, and you can just put whoever it,
on the wheel or.
no. Mhm.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Lewis on Brewer, Jania Brewer.
It has mother
Morning.
but Judge, we're just waiting. But I know how to talk to this. It's public. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh. Good morning. Are you Jania Brewer?
Yes.
And Mr. Lewis, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
She does.
Ms. Brewer, in clause number 23-41322, you're charged with a state jail felony offense of theft from September 25th of 2022. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? Speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you sign these, did you go over them with Mr. Lewis?
Yes.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 5-year deferred probation. There would be a $500 fine, also $500 restitution, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection, Judge.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Brewer is not competent?
No, Judge.
And is there any history or anything?
No, Your Honor, this offense is a few years old. She was 17 at the time. I show no history as of the time of this offense, and I don't see anything in our system showing that she's been in trouble since. It just took them a while, I guess, to pick her up. I don't know what's happened in the intervening years.
Okay. Any issue with waiving the pre-sentence report
No,
since
Your
it's a
Honor.
state jail? Okay. So, Ms. Brewer, what I'm going to do is waive the pre-sentence report.
Actually, maybe we could ask her if there's,
Yeah.
just to be
So
sure.
you're
I don't
under-
have a record of anything.
So you're under oath right now. You took an oath over there. Have you been in any trouble since 2022?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Where have you been living?
Right now, I stay in Beaumont.
In Beaumont, but have you been gone for a while somewhere else?
It's in Vegas.
You went to Las Vegas?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do is waive the pre-sentence report. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I am going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay that $500 fine, and you're also ordered to pay the $500 in restitution, and follow any and all other rules and conditions of probation. If you do all of that, this is an excellent opportunity because you don't have a felony conviction on your record. It sounds like this was something that happened when you were very young and out of character for you, so this shouldn't be an issue. At the end of the probation period, if you complete it successfully, the case is actually dismissed. You'll never have the felony conviction. The other side of that is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court. You could be found guilty, so you would be a convicted felon, and you could go to the state jail prison for between 6 months and up to 2 years. Do you understand? I'm handing you the trial court certification. That shows that this was an agreement that I followed, and so you waived your right to appeal. Also, Ms. Brewer, it's important you know, I sign every day early terminations for people off of probation. So if you get in there, get everything paid off early, do whatever community service you need to, follow all of the rules, there's no reason to expect that you would have to do those whole 5 years, but that's going to be up to you to get it all done right. Okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. Probation will talk to you before you leave the courtroom today and give you your instructions for when you're released. All right. Yes, ma'am. Eric Seagris, Mr. Lewis.
Yes, ma'am.
Say, are you Eric Seagris Jr.?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is cause number 25 DCCR 1836. Mr. Seagris is charged with burglary of a habitation. And what is the announcement?
Judge, I've talked to Mr. Smith about this. I think this is one they may need to reach out to the complainant. I think she recently came to their office, so I think we need to get a little more clarification before we proceed. So I
Okay.
think we may need a week or two.
Okay.
To do that.
There was some communication with one of our investigators, and I was out last week, so I haven't.
So I'm just going to do 2 weeks since Mr. Seagris is in custody. So if anything changes, we'll know quick. We're just going to do a short recess so that the assistant district attorney can talk to the complaining witness and see if that changes anything about any offers or the status of the case. Okay. So we'll see you back in 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
You can go back with the bailiff. Mr. Parker, let's see, Maria Gutierrez.
Expand the judge.
And Mr. Zapata's here. You're already under oath. Thank you, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Are you Maria Gutierrez?
Maria Gutierrez? Yes.
And Mr. Parker, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Sure, Your Honor.
Ms. Gutierrez, in cause number 25 DCCR 1120, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of theft of property from May 8th of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with?
Yes.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Parker and the translator?
Yes.
Do you fully understand those documents?
Yes.
And do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Sí, sí, eso. O la pueden negar en el futuro. Yes.
State tenders number
No
one.
objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Gutierrez is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily.
El juez dice, ¿cuál está el acuerdo que tiene?
Find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea.
Mentalmente,
Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty.
que había suficiente evidencia para encontrarlo culpable.
And at this time, find you guilty of theft of property.
Y le declara culpable de robo de propiedad.
Sentence you in accordance with your agreement
Que le va a dar su de acuerdo
to a term of 18 months in the state jail prison.
18 meses en la cárcel.
You will receive credit on that sentence
Va a recibir crédito
for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive.
que usted está en custodia.
I'm handing you the trial court certification
Este documento es un certificación
that shows that this was an agreement that I followed, and so you waived your right to appeal.
que enseña que es un acuerdo que el juez así
I also handed you an admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition.
que ustedes elegibles para tener una arma.
Because of the judgment entered against you, you are ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition.
Entonces, el Estado de Texas, por el culpable no puede tener arma.
The admonishment is in Spanish. You should read it carefully.
Está en español.
If you have any questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should ask Mr. Parker.
No puede pedir el señor juez. Arma de juego como un tipo de arma de juego, pistola. Sí, no puede tener usted.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you. You can go back with the bailiff.
Es todo, gracias.
Pero 18 meses derecho,
Crédito. Sí.
voy a venir otra vez,
¿Perdón?
voy a venir otra vez
No, ya va a empezar.
a empezar.
Sí. ¿Es for her? Yes. Okay. Eso es para usted.
Thank you. Thanks, Ron. Jacobe and Dorsy. Okay, so you're Jacobe and Dorsy. All right, and was there any additional negotiations?
Just for the record, Judge, I've asked him without talking to Mr. Coleman if he would take the 20 years if it wasn't stacked. He indicated that he wouldn't. Mr. Coleman kind of it implied that he may offer that, so I didn't know if you want to change that, but it hasn't really been an offer of that, but.
All right, so Mr. Dorsey, it sounds like even if it was a sentence that would run concurrently at the same time as that 30-year sentence that you're serving now, or could be serving if the appeal is affirmed, that you don't want to take any offer or a plea on this case. Is that correct? All right, then what I'll do is get your case set for trial. Mr. Dorsey, Mr. Parker has been appointed to you, and he's one of the attorneys who handles a lot of cases for me as a court-appointed attorney. With your permission, I can release him, and I can appoint a new attorney today who could begin preparation for trial a little quicker. Is that okay with you? All right, we'll get that done. Mr. Parker, you're released, and Mr. Dorsey, someone will be appointed today. They should be out to see you very soon to begin preparation for trial. And do y'all know how long the appeal has been pending? Does anyone, do y'all have any idea?
It's been a couple months at least.
Okay. It was out of the other court though, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So if y'all get any information on that, if you'll just let me know, it'd be nice to have that potentially by the time we go to trial, but we'll see. All right. Thank you, sir. You can go back with the bailiff.
And I think that Rep Price hired on that David Greer.
Yes.
Yeah.